friends, welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we're going to be doing a lot of projects. We're going through yarn that we got to replace some discontinued yarn. You guys will get to see my 100,000 subscriber plaque that I got from YouTube. So happy about that. And later we'll be working on new projects for a market that's coming up. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Good afternoon, friends. Today is Saturday, April 5th. 6th? 5th. And today I was actually supposed to be at a market, and if you have seen my channel or you followed my channel for a while now, I had a market that I did last year that was extremely windy and super awful. There was wind gusts up to 55 miles per hour. It was absolutely ridiculous. But I did end up making a good chunk of change from it. But I did get the worst sunburn of my life because my tent wouldn't stay up, so I had to take it down. Everything kept flying off the tables. It was ridiculous. So today was supposed to be that same market, but I think they need to change the date because today was pouring down rain and storming until like 10 o'clock, and then on top of that, after the rain was done, then it was back to 55 mile per hour wind gusts. And since I am currently almost 20 weeks pregnant, I was like, well, that's probably not gonna happen this time. Because last time, even with the wind gust, it was still pretty warm outside, but today it would have felt like 30 degrees. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that. I'm not gonna risk it. I can't get sick again. I was sick once already. It was awful. So we skipped that market, unfortunately, and they do not do any refunds. It's a rain or shine event, so I'm not gonna get my money back, but that was a chance I was willing to take when I signed up for it. It was only like 50 bucks anyway, so it was fine. Anyway, what we're gonna be doing today is complain a little bit. Again, if you haven't been a fan of the channel for a while, you know that my favorite yarn is Sweet Snuggles Light. It is the best yarn in my opinion. You just get a good bang for your buck with how much you get. However, it is discontinued because Michaels had some quality issues with Sweet Snuggles Light. So for the foreseeable future, we will not be able to get our hands on it. Now this is a relatively thicker yarn. The skein says that it is a weight 6 super bulky yarn. So I spent many of the monies trying to find a replacement yarn for Sweet Snuggles Light. I was very unsuccessful. So the first thing that I did, I went and looked for a few alternatives and eventually landed on Premier Chunky Yarns, Parfait Chunky actually. And so this is and I got a whole box right here, but this is the weight of this yarn. It's supposed to be a weight 6 super bulky yarn as well. But let's just see, shall we? Okay, let's get a little closer. And we shall see if it will focus. Focus. Please focus. So I don't know if I'm doing a very good job here, but weight 6 super bulky yarn is definitely a little bit bigger than the Premier yarns. It's thicker. I'm gonna back up a little bit. I don't want to crowd y'all on the camera. So I'm not saying that Premier Parfait Chunky lied, but I do think, because I have bought quite a few yarns that say they're weight 6 yarns, and they still have never matched the size of this yarn. So what I'm thinking is that Sweet Snuggles Light is not actually weight 6 yarn. I think that Sweet Snuggles Light is actually more of like a weight 7 yarn. So the weight 6 is correct, that it is a little bit thinner, and I think what I need to do is buy yarns that are weight 7 if I want them to be the same size as Sweet Snuggles Light. So I got a bunch of colors of this weight 6 yarn that is a lot thinner. So my plushies will be a much smaller, but that is okay. It's still really soft and really nice. But I got this peach color. I got tons of light purple because I'm me and purple is the best color in the world. Some nice lime green colors. A beautiful yellow, like a red orange kind of color. We got 2 of the peach color. I got a bunch of pink, but I only have 1 to show you because I already used some of it to make an adorable little bunny for my Patreons. And this beautiful blue color. And then I got these chenille multicolor yarns because I wanted to make more loaf cats. But now that I'm looking at these, this looks a lot thicker than the Premier Parfait Chunky. So the Premier Basics Chenille multicolor yarn, it still says that it's a super bulky weight 6 yarn, But it's looking like the thickness of this yarn is a little bit closer to the Sweet Snuggles Light. Anyway, beautiful colors. Gonna make some more loaf kitties because those are very popular at markets. And then this loaf color, which is kind of like a calico, oh my goodness, a calico kind of color, a very light shaded color, very pretty. I like this a lot. And that is all of the Premier Parfait Chunky and Premier Basics yarn that I got. So after I got those yarns, I realized that they weren't the thickness I was going for. I like the thicker stuff because you make bigger stuff in the same amount of time, and people will pay more money for bigger things versus smaller things because they just don't understand how long things take. So the bigger it is, the more they'll pay for it just due to the size. Anyway, so after that, I went on some website, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's very popular, and you go and you can compare yarns to find yarns that are kind of similar to ones that you have used. I think it's like Yarn Snob, maybe not, I don't know, I can't really remember. I'll put it in the description when I find it. Anyway, it said that Premier Basics Chenille Brights, it's like a 95% match to Sweet Snuggles Light. Now, this is a, what weight are you? It doesn't even say, oh, this is also a weight 6 super bulky yarn. Not bad on the size comparison here. They are actually pretty similar. The only difference is this one is completely like a chenille rope, and this one is kind of like flat almost. It's a flatter yarn. It's kind of flat. You see that? I think you can see that. So it's a little bit different, but I have high hopes for this. And my camera's gonna die. Anyway, so I got a whole box of Premier Basics too. I got this green color, this tan color, because this makes beautiful giraffes. The color. I don't know about the yarn yet. I haven't used the yarn yet. I got a cute bubblegum pink, purple again, because I'm me, and more pink. So I guess I got like 4, so they come in packs of 3, so then they put an extra one. I don't know. Anyway, pink and more green. And then I got this brown because it goes nicely with the tan and makes beautiful little giraffes because it makes like the spots and stuff. So cute. So I'm gonna make more giraffes. I have another one. Another purple, surprise, surprise. And then I got this pretty turquoise blue, very beautiful. And 3 more of that tan brown color for the giraffes. So yeah, so that's a lot of yarn that I ended up buying. I think it's about like $200. Okay, my camera died. So I had to charge it and plug it into the wall behind me. So it's currently on the cord. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this up. So we have all of this yarn that I'm gonna try to move this while it's attached to the cord. All of this yarn that we have purchased in hopes to find a Sweet Snuggles Light replacement. I'm not entirely sure if I actually have found one yet or not. We'll see how I feel about this Premier Basics. I do like the thinner stuff. The first one that I got, the Parfait Chunky, I do like it. I just don't like how small it is because I just prefer to make bigger plushies, you know? But I can still find stuff to do with it. So yeah, I think I spent like $200 buying this yarn. Anyway, we are going to move on to some more stuff now. I need to make and finish actually a axolotl, a big axolotl for my brother who requested one a few months ago. That I haven't gotten around to. And then after that, I want to try to make something to add to my shop. I want to start selling more plushies online. So I'm probably going to start doing more dragons just because they are so popular. So I might make a dragon today. We will see. But I gotta wait for my camera to charge. So the next time I see you, there might be some progress made on the axolotl. Friends, it is time. Look what came in the mail. We finally have our YouTube plaque for hitting 100,000 subscribers. So thank you so much to everybody who has joined the Rating Charms channel and has followed my content. I really appreciate each and every one of you that has made this possible. I did take off all of the shipping label and all that other stuff just to make sure I don't accidentally dox myself while trying to show you this. So we are gonna do an unboxing. First impressions, this is a lot smaller and a lot lighter than I anticipated. When I filled out the form to get this submitted, to get it sent to me, it did say that it was going to be smaller and lighter. I did not think that it was going to be this small and this light. But that's okay, it's still a plaque. It still shows that we hit 100,000. So let's open it. I did not bring my scissors with me. That's okay. We'll use a pencil. Actually, we'll use a hook. These little tiny thin hooks, this 3.25 millimeter hook, perfect for cutting tape open. Look at that, it just pops right through. All right. So this is what we are currently looking at. Ooh. Congratulations. So we have a card that says congratulations, and it tells me who inspected my award. We've got a letter, and it asks if we remember our first subscriber, our 100th, or our 1000th subscriber. Chances are you do, and we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. And I do. I don't know who they were because YouTube obviously doesn't tell you. But when I did get those subscribers, I do remember those moments when you hit 100 and 1,000. They definitely leave a mark on you, especially because it can be so hard to achieve that sometimes, or just time consuming. It just takes a long time to get to 100 or 1,000, and while you're learning and figuring out how to do the whole creator thing. So I do remember them, and I'm definitely gonna remember the 100,000th because we have a plaque now to remind us that it happened. I don't know if you guys want me to like read this to you, but I will put it here, and if you want to read the whole thing, you are more than welcome. But it does say essentially that they are proud, and then it talks about how one day when you reach your 1,000,000th subscriber, then you'll probably sit back and think, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? That's pretty cute. It's a cool little letter. I'll probably keep it with the box. I'll probably keep the box. I'm a pack rat. Now I'm gonna show you. So we have our letter. That's where it was sitting. Okay, and then our award. Look it. Ooh, it's so shiny. You can see the camera. That is beautiful. Everything I imagined. Smaller, but everything I imagined. Oh my goodness, that is so light. That is extremely light. I would really like to know people who got the original 100,000 silver plaque if it was heavy. This is like less than half a pound. I don't even know if this is a pound. It might be a pound, maybe, but it feels like foam. So you can see that there are plastic bars inside. So I'm pretty sure it's just a piece of plastic with a silver plating on top, and that is why it is so light. We have this award is presented to Reigning Charms for passing 100,000 subscribers. So this is pretty cool. I mean, even if it's not the original silver plaque or made of silver, it still definitely shows our achievements. Look at how shiny that is. Like, look, it's just reflecting everything. Oh my goodness. But that is still really cool. So I'm still very grateful. I don't know where to put it, but hopefully I can find a place to put it on the wall where people will see. I'll probably put it over there above the dino. We'll put it over there above the dino so that we can see it. So the award is in the box, and then there's another piece of paper where you can purchase additional awards for your team if you have a team. And one of these. And that's it. That's all that's in the box. That's really cool though, being able to share that with you guys. The first time I've seen the award was when I was showing it to you guys on the camera. So that's pretty neat. I'm really happy about that. I'm super excited. And again, thank you so much to every one of you that has made it possible to even hit 100,000 subscribers. You guys are literally the best. Even sticking with me when I don't always stay on top of my upload schedule, especially being 21 weeks pregnant now. It has been a longer road than I anticipated, but we're working on it and we're still getting there, and I appreciate all of you who still stick by my side and catch my videos when they do get uploaded. Now, moving on, I have some plans for the future, okay? So here's my thing. I would like to do more accessories and crochet, not necessarily clothing, because clothing kind of takes forever, but like bags and any kind of like wearables, because the crochet plushie market is 100% saturated. There are so many people out there who do crochet plushies, and anytime you go to a market, if you are not a few months ahead of time, especially if it's a big market, chances are they're not gonna have room for any more crochet plushie vendors because so many people do them nowadays. So what I'm thinking is going into the accessory market, there's really, I don't even know, I can only think of 2 YouTubers that I've seen, actually maybe 3, that actually do just the accessories or the wearables in the crochet world. And I'm sure there's more out there, but my point is that to those 3 that I can think of about 20 that are all crochet, I almost had a stroke. Crochet plushie creators instead. Anyway, my point to all of this rambling is that if I want to get into more markets and kind of diversify myself a little bit more, I think that going in this direction is really going to help that. So the first thing that I really want to do is create a sunflower tote bag. I can put a picture here. Yeah, I'll do that. I think it's super adorable. I've always wanted to do it. I had to place some order for cotton yarn because I, as you can see, mainly have plushie yarn, and that's not good for wearables. So I had to place an order for some more cotton yarn. However, I do have enough to kind of get me started on some sunflowers, and it's not going to be the exact same brand of yarn that I will be using that I bought, but it will do for now, and it'll get me started on some sunflowers and maybe enough, I mean, maybe not enough, but maybe enough to do like a small little bag or something, but we're just gonna make some sunflower squares. I am going to follow a video by Crochet with K. Senia, maybe? I'm sorry if I butchered that. I will link it down below in the description if you want to follow it as well, but I am going to be following this tutorial on how to make a crochet sunflower granny square. Okay, she doesn't state in the video what size hook she's using, but to me it kind of looks like a 4mm, so I'm gonna grab that. She might even be using a 4.5. Do I even have a 4.5? Oh look, 4.5. We're gonna use 4.5. I lied. The recommended hook size on this is 4mm, so I'm just gonna go 4. I don't want them to be really loose. I am going to try to line the bags because I think that just makes it a lot better, and just the finish on it is a lot nicer, and you can do a lot more with the bags when they're finished with a line. But I don't want the sunflowers to be really loose and see-through, so we're gonna do the 4mm on this. And we're gonna start with the brown, the center of the sunflower, and the granny square. And I did go ahead and buy a block to block the squares on Amazon. I can also link that and show you guys when I get it because it's supposed to be here tomorrow. So I did buy that, and I've never done that before. I've never blocked my projects before. So I will probably be looking at some tutorials on how to do that properly. But I did buy one, so I'm excited to use that. Okay, close with a slip stitch. Okay, the video is pretty blurry. She says add 1 single crochet, but in the video she's chaining one, and I think UK terms is a single crochet is a chain one, maybe? I don't know, because she also says 4 single crochet in the magic ring in the beginning, and those are I watched her do those, and those are single crochet, so I don't know. I'm just gonna do what she shows me. And now we're going to put 12 double crochet in the center. Maybe I should not have tightened this that much. 1, 2. Okay, 12. All right. Our sunflower is beginning. Woo. Ouch. I just hit my elbow. Okay, so we're doing, I think, a slip stitch at the end of every round here to close her up, which I'm not used to doing in the amigurumi world. Close a piece and cut off the yarn. I don't have my scissors. Well, I'm gonna go get scissors. I'm hoping that I can just work in these tails because I don't want to have to hide a bunch of tails after I'm done with one granny square, because that's gonna make the project take forever. So work smarter, not harder. Okay. Our little sunflower center ready to go. Now we're gonna do the petals. I have no idea what brand of yarn this is. It does not have the skein with it. The other one was Yarn Bee, so I'm pretty sure that's from Hobby Lobby that I got a long time ago. Okay, she doesn't make a slip knot with the yarn before she puts or attaches it to the project. She just kind of goes straight into attaching it to the project. So I'm going to go ahead and make a slip knot because that's what I know best how to do to make sure it's secure and it doesn't go anywhere. 1, 2, and 3. Petal. Okay, what's next? The written instructions are confusing. So she's essentially doing a puff stitch. So my petal was incorrect. And she did not say that. You know, and it also, the video has no sound. It's all just written and visual. So she does the treble crochets, but she leaves a loop on the hook to essentially do a puff stitch. If I did not know what I was doing, I would be so confused right now. Okay, correct petal. Actually, that was the back side of it. It's not the front. You get to see the wrong side of my project right now. Every time she chains, it just says add 2 single crochet, and it's so confusing. And we're doing a puff stitch again, I think. Oh, but she's doing 4. Okay, now did she go into the next one for that? Or did she skip a stitch? I can't tell. Let's see if it says in the written instructions. You make 12 petals. We have 12 double crochets. So yes, 1 in each stitch. All right, now we're gonna do our puff stitch with our double crochets. 1, 2, I'm confused already. Yes, okay, we're doing this right. Yes. Even if it doesn't feel like it, we're doing it right. All right, we're moving on. We're getting there. So I'm gonna do this 12 times. I'm not going to make you suffer through this 12 times. So I will probably either speed this up or you'll just see me done with it in a few seconds. I haven't decided yet in my head what I'm going to do with the editing, so. Okay, I am going to attempt to hide my tail when I arrive there because I don't want to, what do I want to do? I don't want to, words and trying to crochet at the same time are really hard. I don't want to hide the tails. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. I don't want to have to hide the tails, so I'm going to try and hide it into our project as we go along. Oh, I might have messed up. Okay, did I mess up? I don't know. I'm confused. What am I doing? No, I think I did it right. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't know why I'm tripping. I'm fine. You know, I'm supposed to be a veteran crocheter, and I don't act like it. Oh, goodness. I promise I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. One more? Yes, one more. Okay. Please. Bleh. Yes. No. Yes. I spent a lot of time out in my garden these last few days trying to get things ready because it's April. It's the middle of April. I'm a little late, not gonna lie. And I have nothing but really bad clay soil. Actually, clay soil isn't bad. It's actually full of nutrients. It's just hard for the plants to access it. Anyway, it's nothing but clay. You could make pots out of that stuff out there. So I had to go out there and my husband tilled a good chunk of land for me and I tried to amend it. Definitely not going to do great. It's barely going to grow anything, not going to lie, because I don't have a bunch of money to toss into just putting a bunch of soil on top of it. But I did spend a lot of time out there and I was moving mulch around and planting things and then also planting things in my raised beds. So we did get a lot done, but I have been out there doing nothing but that for the last, I don't know, 3 days, 2 days. And I still have so much to do, but I'm taking a break. But either way, the whole point of that conversation was the fact that my neck and my shoulders and my arms are killing me. And this is proving to be a little bit more taxing than I anticipated. Yes? No. What? Why do I only have... What did I do? What's happening? Aha! I fixed it. I don't know what I did, but I fixed it. Sunflower. That makes me think of that. I don't know if you guys ever played Plants vs. Zombies. I played it back in the day when it came out on the computer. I remember playing it like, I don't even know, 12 years ago. Anyway, if you beat the game, and if you've played it and you beat the game, at the very end, Sunflower sings a song that is like the cutest thing. I always have it stuck in my head. Every time I think of like Sunflower is just what I think, and like the way that Sunflower starts the song is she sings like Sunflower. it's just I don't know. Yeah. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, and it's cute and adorable, and I love it. Ugh, I messed up again. Anyway, my whole point to that was every time I think of the sunflower for making this granny square, I just keep thinking of that song. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we have 4 more. This is only one granny square. This is why I don't make wearables, because they take forever. But the more you do it, the faster you get, and I need to not complain. That's what this boils down to. Alright, last petal. Oh my goodness, and I started it off wrong again. Okay. Keep wanting to do double crochets, but like you don't start it like a double. You start it like a treble and then just do a double. But my mind is just like, no, we're doing doubles. I'm only gonna wrap it once. Yes! We have finished! We did it! Dang it, why does that one look like that? I don't like that. It doesn't look good. What happened? Why do you look like this? Okay, anyway. Well, shoot. Alright, we did it! Sunflower! Alright, what's next? She has a lot more space between her petals than I do. Mine's a lot tighter. Are you chaining 3 and not telling me? Yeah, she chained 3 that whole time. It wasn't 2. What? I could have sworn she said... Oh. Bruh. Well. All that was for nothing. Okay. Try this again. 3. I'm annoyed. Okay. I'll be back. Okay. I did it the right way this time. Now, this is the right sunflower that we're going for with these gaps. Now we can move on. So my camera died on me again because the battery's not so good. Anyway, we finished our granny square. Look at how pretty this is. I actually really like this. So after we did the border with the first round of white, then you just go around and do double crochets in each stitch with the second round. So this is really cute. I really like this. I can't tell, maybe I want to do like a darker yellow, or maybe I'll have some that are light yellow and some that are dark yellow. But this is an adorable little granny square, and now I have like 100 more to make. Anyway, I have to find more white because you definitely use a ton of white as opposed to any other color. But I think I'm going to keep making some granny squares. It is currently 4:30. I don't know how long that took me. I think it took me like 40 minutes to make one. That's because I was learning, okay? That's what happens. Hopefully we can make them faster than that, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, I gotta search and see if I have more cotton yarn in the color white. And then I'm gonna keep making some granny squares. But my camera's gonna die. I was only able to charge it a little bit just to record this part, so it needs to sit and charge again. So we'll see you when I have more granny squares done. Good afternoon, friends. It has been a little while. It's been like a day and a half. Yesterday I had so many errands I had to run, so I didn't do a lot, but I have made quite a few of our sunflower granny squares. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've made 9 granny squares so far. There are 3 of them that are made with this cotton yarn that I had, this white cotton yarn. but after that I kind of ran out of it. And so then the rest of them are made with this low pill acrylic yarn. So it's definitely different. It's not the same. So they're gonna have to be two separate bags when I finally get some more cotton white yarn that will match these ones. I didn't hide the tails yet or clean them up. I need to do that, and then I also need to block them. I'm still waiting on the little blocking square that I purchased, and I also got a little safety eye tool, so I'm waiting on that too to finish the axolotl that we started. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not, but I couldn't finish my axolotl that I started that you guys haven't even seen yet. But I talked about it. I couldn't finish it because I can't get the backs on the sinking safety eyes, and they're the big eyes too, so I figured it would be easier, but it's harder. Can't get them on, so I have to wait until I have that tool to help me get the eyes on so I can continue going with the axolotl. Anyway, we've made quite a few squares, but it's definitely not enough. For one of the bags, we only have 6 of them, 6 consistent squares, and I'm also running out of the yellow that I used for the sunflower. I bought new yellow that is acrylic, low pill acrylic, because I thought that's what this was. Turns out though, it was actually a cotton yarn, so there's definitely not the same color, and I don't have any more of that cotton yarn. So now my sunflowers are going to be a different color. Now I am waiting on that order still of the yarn that I got from Michaels, but it's definitely going to be a few days. But when I actually get that order with the yarn, then all of my squares are going to be consistent. I think this first bag is definitely just like a trial bag because I also want to figure out how to line it as well, and I think that's going to be a challenge and I might mess it up. So it's okay if everything isn't consistent. So that is everything for this week's video. Hopefully next time we have all of the workings of a bag, we can put it together and figure out how that works. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye for now.